everybody. It's the Football Manager 21 Beta save. It's Borussia Dortmund. It's Follow the Yellow Brick Wall. I'm Tony. Hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've been following the channel since it started in Lockdown 1, thank you so much for all of your support. This is obviously Lockdown 2 if you live in England. And of course, that's timed in nicely with the beta of FM21 dropping. And I've never really managed sort of with the top wonder kids on the game, so I figured I needed a save for the beta. Dortmund seemed to be the guys that I was going to look at, so we're going to basically be in charge of your Haalands, your Sanchos, your Bellinghams, your Reyners. So we've got 3 years, apparently, according to the contract there. 3 years, they reckon, that we can do something with Dortmund. We've replaced Lucien Favre. Now, as you can see, expectations will probably be quite high because Dortmund, of course, are the second team in Germany at the minute. I'm sure Dortmund fans wouldn't like me saying that too loudly, but they are, of course, predicted to finish second in the Bundesliga. And, you know, we've won stuff before. We're obviously very famous, very, very famous indeed. We're a bit we're a new model, really. Like, you know, the model of Dortmund is get the players in young, develop them, move them on, and this, of course, seems to be what the game reckons could be a good sort of system for us. I've not really used it's almost like a Christmas tree formation, really, isn't it? Whether I adapt that or not, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we'll go with 3 at the back. I don't know. We'll see as we go along. These are the expectations that the board are going to try and judge us on. Play attacking football. Yeah, I can do that. Develop players using the club's youth system. Can do that. Sign players under the age of 18. I can do that. Play entertaining football. Maybe. I mean, that's I guess it's sort of like up to you as to what you think is entertaining. Sign players in the domestic leagues, we can do that. Sign from our rivals, sign for no one over the age of 30. End of the first season, obviously qualify for the Champions League, semi-finals of the Pokal, Super Cup they're not overly fussed about, which is good, and Champions League, try and reach the first knockout round as a minimum, and develop the best youth system in the country. So not too bad actually for a first season. Not expecting to win the league. I'm not even expected to challenge for the league. Oh no, yeah, qualify for the Champions League in the Bundesliga. So not expecting to win the league. However, end of 2021 season, so next year win the Bundesliga. So this year just challenge for the Champions League. Next year win the whole thing. Fine. And then of course 2022 contract expires to continue to win the league and continue to win the league after that. So no pressure really in 3 years. Don't win the league this year, but definitely win it the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after you've left. Okay, fine. It's going to be alright, isn't it? So yeah, here we are. The home screen, FM21, things look a little bit different on this game already. The skin, I quite like the skin, to be honest. I think it's quite nice. I like that sort of purple, black. There's a flash of yellow in there for Dortmund. So yeah, we're gonna sort of go through some of the screens that maybe we wouldn't really follow on some saves because of the fact there's some new areas to look at. Of course, this is just the beta, as we say. So this is maybe going to be a few seasons that we're going to have a journeyman career on here as well, as the full game comes out. So we will go in depth in some more stuff. So that was a bit of a look at some players who are out of contract. Tactics wise, I know that it's just said there that they're sort of recommending a Christmas tree formation. I'm not 100% sure that's going to be the way I'm going to go. There is a lot of talk, however, already that on FM21 they've really focused playing through the middle, so potentially that's why the Christmas tree formation's there, to try and sort of suggest that we work our way through the middle of the park. However, I would suggest that if we've got players like Sancho, we've got players like Brandt, we've got players like Hazard, Royce, I mean, we're going to need to use the wings, really, aren't we? Like, let's exploit the space. We've got some pace, we've got some power, and yeah, I think we need a bit of width, to be honest. So I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1. I'm going to hit the gegenpressing as well, because obviously, that's what their Dortmund are now renowned for, that really high tempo pressing, really like high line of engagement, high defensive line. So that's what I'm going to look to try and do. Maybe we're going to mix it up between short passing and long passing, and then sort of almost a counter press as well as we go. So 2 deeper line players there. Witzel and Delaney, I don't know, maybe not going to play it. Well, Delaney's good, but we've got Emre Can as well, so I'm probably going to play him in that role there. Kanji, we could possibly do with another centre-half. Piszczek, maybe we'll look at a right-back, and of course we definitely need to get another striker to cover just in case Haaland gets injured. As you know, the transfer window is open. There's been some big moves in real life. Of course, Kai Havertz has gone and left the league. Leroy Sané has come back, and of course we've got Jude Bellingham at the Signal Iduna Park. Some players that have already attracted a bit of interest and will desperately try and keep a hold of. Rafael Guerreiro. Now, don't particularly want to sell him just yet. No release clause, that's good. But 23 million quid, that could come in quite handy, to be honest, because we may need to raise some funds to buy players. Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Man City, PSG, right. I mean, I guess if they come calling, then, they're not going to be fussed at spending 23 million quid. They've probably got some more money as well, so we might be able to prize a little bit more money out of that. So if we do have to sell him, then we'll get top dollar for him. Marcel Schmelzer, no one's interested in him. He's only worth about just shy of $1 million. Torgan Hazard, again, 27.5 million. Chelsea, Man United are interested. Is he 27? Okay, he's a little bit older than I expected him to be, but I guess you fair enough. 27 million again. If you want him, show me some big money, because otherwise he ain't going nowhere. It looks pretty good, to be honest, and that's really strange though. 3 stars and deemed an important player, so I'm sure he's better than a 3-star player. And Julian Brandt, again, he is going absolutely nowhere. 31.5 million. Chelsea are going to have to really find some money if they're even considering a conversation about that. So it looks like we've got some players where if we want to try and drum up some business, it can be done, and we'll be able to swallow the coffers a little bit, which I guess is kind of the Dortmund model. But ultimately, I'd rather not sell those players just yet. I guess, maybe come the end of next season, once we've just faffed around in the league this year, maybe next year when we have to win the title, we'll sell some players and reinvest that in the club. This is how we look at the start of the season. We've got a cup game there against FC Duren. We'll play that in the next episode, along with the first Bundesliga match, which is Borussia Mönchengladbach. Then we've got Augsburg, and then we have Bayern Munich in the Super Cup. Then a few league games, Freiburg, Hoffenheim, Schalke, Arminia Bielefeld. So it's pretty decent start, to be honest. It's always going to be difficult. I guess it's a bit stop-starting, isn't it, with a cup game, 2 league games, then another cup game, and then obviously more league games, and then of course we'll be putting Champions League in there as well. So we don't know who we've got drawn against in the Champions League just yet. That'll be quite exciting to see. Because again, if you've been following these videos, you'll know I don't tend to manage in the top divisions. So Champions League is going to be something brand new for me. So let's go and have a little... Probably we should introduce ourselves to the players, to be honest. This is quite nice. They've obviously redone the conversation screens. Again, they're seeing a lot more interaction in this episode. This edition of the game. So that's kind of quite nice. It's set out quite nicely. So all the players out in a line, rather than just that sort of list that you used to get of players' names. I know it's cosmetic, and I'm sure we will just sort of skip through various bits as we go on. We're not going to put press conferences for every single game on the channel, unless you want that. If you want that, let me know in the comments, and we'll do the full experience. We'll have press conferences. We'll put all the little chats and conversations that are apparently going on. I've managed to piss the players off already. Brilliant. So first thing is, I've come and introduced myself, and I've not told them I'm definitely going to buy anybody, and Sancho's got the hump already, so that's not gone particularly well, but they're all a bit happier now because I've told them something that they wanted to hear. So I guess the idea with this is meant to be that there's a little bit of body language there as well, and sort of particularly as we go on further, things like Prescott. Oh, there we go. That's what we're after. All the moods have changed, the tones, and it's now been replaced with gestures. So you've got like finger pointing and arms out wide and pump your fists. That's going to be the one that we're going to look at, and of course the one that's been talked about online a lot. For the team talks is throw a water ball. We will be throwing some water balls this year. Don't you worry about that. So that's me said hello to the team. Most of them seem fine, despite the fact I annoyed Jadon Sancho a little bit at the start. Early days, yeah, they're fine. They're not 100%. They're not convinced about me, to be honest. I guess I've gone in there with no qualifications. Well, not with no qualifications, of course, qualifications that are appropriate for the level of managing Borussia Dortmund. But they don't think that I am. They think I should have given them some promises. And you know what? You don't always need to give promises in this sort of environment. Just turn up, do your football, lads. That's all you got to do. Let me take care of all the rest of the stuff. We'll get on fine. This, of course, is the press conference. So we might as well meet the media, say hello to them. What on earth is Maxi Foot? That's not a real publication at all. Apologies, by the way, if Maxi Foot are watching this video. I'm sure you are. A wonderful publication, and I've already managed to offend you before we started the press conference. Again, as I say, we're probably not going to have these in every single episode unless there's necessary, I suppose. Like if it's a big game, like Champions League or whatever, we'll maybe use that to build up a bit of an atmosphere. We may do it if there's a big signing. We'll get the press in and we'll do that. Or again, if you've watched previous videos of mine, if I'm about to get sacked and the press are on my back and wanting to know what I'm going to do in the next few games, so we might well do that. And this could be fun. I imagine a lot of you, playing the game will inevitably just send assistant and not bother with this. But again, I think it's a little bit nicer. Like it is certainly set out better and maybe feels a bit different than it did last year. Is it going to change the game massively? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. There are, of course, talk about the fact that that you can develop different relationships with journalists. So you might get some sort of maybe easier questions or maybe harder questions. Or I'm not entirely sure how it's going to play out. So it's going to be interesting to see. As I say, we probably won't put this on for everything, but we've just given you a bit of a flavour as to what's new in FM21, because obviously some of you maybe haven't played the game yet, and this is of course brand new, so we're all learning it together. But it does seem a decent time to meet the press and just annoy them as well. I think this seems to be my thing now. Is annoy people. Like too many negatives, just like indiscriminately pressing buttons, going, that's pretty fine. Oh, everyone seems really pissed off now. Downcast. The public want to hear a proper answer for it. It doesn't matter. Like, we're gonna be fine. Am I happy with the squad? Yes, of course I'm happy with the squad. Like, it's Dortmund. Like, what else do you want from me? Am I happy with the squad? Some of the questions obviously are still the same as they were last year. There are, of course, going to be some new questions in there, but of course there's also, as you can see at the bottom there, the press officer appears to be seems to be a new job role. So I don't know whether that's something that's going to play a part. Oh, okay, right. She's gone slightly positive on a response that I've done there. So again, all right, so that seems quite interesting. Then I guess if the club are happy with how you're responding to stuff, or maybe get angry about how you respond to stuff. So I suppose potentially that could work upon your job security, maybe. I guess. I mean, I'm just speculating, as I'm sure you guys are as well. Again, put a little comment below if you're going to just end up sending your assistant to press conferences. I guess quite a lot of you will do, and that's fine. But as I say, we thought we'd just put it on here now, just so you can see what it looks like as we go through. It's long, innit? There you go, that's us done. We've finally met all the press. We've said what we've had to say. If you've been reading that while we've been going on, Fair play to you. Very good. Okay, so Hugo Silva doesn't like me. Rakai Yildirim doesn't like me. And Phoebe Evans. So, fine. We won't talk to them in the future. So, this is what we look like before the season starts. Media predictions time. Second, of course, they're expecting us to finish in the league 7-2. I guess that's reasonable. Bayern Munich, clear favourites, obviously. I mean, look at the team of the year that they're already predicting is predominantly Dortmund players. Predominantly Bayern Munich players with a few Dortmund players in there as well. And, you know, that's to be predicted. So I'm looking forward to this season, to be honest. I think it should be good fun. Next video coming up is going to be our first match where we play in the Pokal. So I hope you enjoy that one. If you've enjoyed this video, thank you obviously very much for watching it. If you want to hit a little like on that, that would be much appreciated. And, of course, subscribe to the channel as well. We will, of course, be trying to churn these videos out as quickly as possible because the beta is only going to be a couple of weeks long. So we'll try and get these 3 seasons out the way and at least get some closure on it as we near the start of Football Manager 21 and the official release on the 24th of November. So as I say, thank you so much for watching. I'll stick episode number 2 straight up now and you can have a little bit watch of that. Episode 3 will drop very shortly after that. So do obviously stick around and we'll see you guys very, very soon.